Hello, BookTube. This is a video about art, cover art in particular, and in my case, sci-fi, science brandy type of cover art. This is Paperback Parades, created by Brandy at Book Collectic, who was kind enough to ask me to join in on the fun. I have artists I love that I look for, but I'm not an expert in art by any means, even art that graces the cover of book jackets. But I do have what I like and what attracts me, and part of that is, an attractive cover helps. I have some writers I collect their volumes, in particular covers. But in this case, we're talking paperbacks. So we're not talking big dust jackets or all that. So, and mine was a pretty easy choice. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not the only one who chooses this artist. He probably would have to be, he's either the most popular science fiction artist or really close to the top. I would put him in some pretty important company, actually. But it's Michael Whelan, or Whelan, I'm not sure where the emphasis is. I know someone with the same name's a composer, right? But anyway, he's in the Science Fiction Hall of Fame. I believe the first living science fiction artist to ever get that honor, which seems sort of sad. You'd want to enjoy being in the Hall of Fame, right? And you're all going to recognize what this guy's work. Okay, he's just fantastic. I actually follow him on Instagram, so you just do his name, with the @ sign in front of it, and you'll find him. And I'm always saying, "Oh, I remember that cover," or whatever. So I love great covers, and his are some of the best, if not the best. So I just picked out a set of books. I'm going to show them to you. And see what you think. I got a little glare going here. Our days are getting shorter. It was actually 34 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. So Vermont is doing what it does every year. It's giving up on summer. So I can use this outside room a little more this year, I hope, even in the winter. But here, let me get my phone going again here. The lighting is, the room is barely bigger than my arms outstretched, and in each direction there is a window that I keep covered up, and then there's this one light right above me. So we'll work on it a little bit, maybe a different kind of bulb. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. And hopefully the sound is good. I'm doing this on the tablet again. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not. So anyway, so Michael Whelan. And what I'm going to do are these, the Martian Tales. So I'm going to try to do it so you can really get a good look at this. So here's this. This is the paperback. It's a Del Rey. Yeah, Del Rey. It's 1979 on the artwork. And that's all we're interested in, artwork. These books were written in the 30s. But, and have been reprinted so many times. I want to show you, if I can. Here, I got some science fiction book club editions of the hardbacks. And the print quality on this is fantastic. It's fine. I don't know if it's fantastic, but it's fine. But look how bad it is on there. I don't know if you can tell on your screen. The detail sort of dies off. This Science Fiction Book Club is an omnibus of multiple volumes. So this one has what? Has Princess of Mars, Gods of Mars, and Warlord of Mars. And these little spot illustrations. So, but for the paperback, it does look quite a bit better. And this is a Del Rey. All these are going to be Del Rey paperbacks. So 1979 cover art for. So one of the parameters I think is we have to be before 1990, which is easy to do. The only thing I don't like is when you get wonderful cover art and the publisher decides not to credit the artist who probably got you to buy the book in the first place, right? So then number 2 is Gods of Mars, which is fantastic. Look at the action here. So I think you can get, I'm going to try to do this without breaking my doggone paperback. I can do that on the first one too. It's the same type of thing. These are just fantastic. How would you like to have an original just piece of the artwork? I think he does do that. He sells individual artwork like this. Paintings, I mean. And then, let me see if I'm going in the right direction here. Yeah, I am. Then this is Warlord of Mars. Great color down here. And yet all this green. And let me see if I can do it again. Look at that. And if you haven't read these books, they're really short. How many pages is this one? I don't know how many times I've read them. We had a read-along at one time. 158 pages. You can do this in an afternoon, easy. Then Thuvia, Maid of Mars, and this is a fantastic cover. And make sure that these are still cover art Michael Whalen 1979. So they're all 1979. I don't know if he just sat down and did them all at once or what he did. This is the Chessmen of Mars, number 5. Right there. This is Mastermind of Mars. Try to show it to you. So here's just the cover you see going in. See if we can do it without the glare. And then to open it up a little bit. And then the Fighting Men of Mars, number 7 is the last one I got. And make sure, let's see if that's 1970. Yeah, cover art 1979, Michael Whalen. So they seem to be have done right in the series. Probably got a commission from Del Rey to come along and do these things. Look at that. I'll get a little better on this one's sort of having a little trouble with. But so yeah, I would say these. And again, how many times I've read these? And also like I say, these. I've got these old science fiction book club ones. So I just dropped a Frazetta. Ooh. So there. The reproductive quality of the quality of the reproductions is, as you can tell on this one especially, not so great, but great to have like multiple volumes in these. The paperbacks, my paperbacks are actually pretty readable. Want to give you an idea. Edgar Rice Burroughs has been, let me get this book off the floor. That was a terrible mistake. Edgar Rice Burroughs has been really well served in cover art. I mean, I just grabbed a couple. Burroughs, obviously, author of The Fighting Men of Mars. The Martian Tales. And so here's a couple Frazetta of his Tarzan, and then Monster Men. So those are Frazetta. But another Whalen, some of you will recognize him from, is Anne McCaffrey covers. He did a bunch of Asimov. He did a bunch of everybody. So for me, this is the artist that jumped to mind. And these books are, like I say, if you haven't read them and you need a nice short read for an afternoon, they're great. So thank you, Brandy, at Booklectic, and everybody else doing this. I don't know who everybody is that's going to be doing this. I'll hashtag it down below and put it in the video. I did have the camera lapse out on me a little bit, so I have to edit a little bit, but keep on going, right? So I hope you're all well, and thank you, BookTube.